Everything that we do at Aubrey Allen with our beef is geared up to that moment when a customer in a restaurant or at home enjoys one of our steaks. The whole process leads up to that one moment when they put it in their mouth, they get wonderful flavour, succulence and tenderness. Of course, everything starts really with the farms. So we're committed to beef from the British Isles, and the farms have a number of things in common. The first is the breed of the cattle. So we're committed to traditional breeds. Some of those you will have heard of, such as Aberdeen Angus, Shorthorn, Hereford. And these breeds of cattle, they grow slower than other breeds, and as a result, they put on fat and have much more flavour. They're predominantly fed on grass, of which we're very good at the UK because we have so much rain. So they're out with very little intervention from the farmer in a lot of cases. So it's a wonderful natural process. The herds live in what they call a suckler herd, which means that the mothers and calves are together. And the cattle that we look to have is over 2 years of age. So once the breed is correct and we've got the right feed, then it's a question of which areas. Well, we're looking for areas which are a little bit wild, where the cattle are away from main roads, where the water's clean. So areas like northern Scotland, down in the southwest, so Cornwall and Devon, which have rolling hills and are wonderful for producing cattle. Now, once we get the beef, as you can see here, we mature it, which is why it's slightly dark, for a minimum of 28 days. So here's some here that are slightly just come in, ready for maturation. And as you can see, you've got that flecking or marble running through it and a lovely covering of fat. Supermarkets have convinced us that we should be eating more lean beef, but they're missing the whole point. The whole point about beef is that you need fat because fat gives you wonderful flavour. So as you can see from the beef, they've got a lovely eye of meat there, covering of fat, which means that we can then mature these or dry age them or hang them, whichever terminology you like, for a minimum of 28 days. In fact, we aim and achieve mostly 35, which we think is optimum. Now, I'm in this dry aging fridge here, and there's a few things that make the conditions ideal in here. It's a little bit like Parma ham production. You've got to get the air temperature correct and consistent. So once the beef goes in here, we shut the door and don't open it again, which means that the temperature is consistent, and it also means that the humidity is consistent as well. And we also have different blowers which monitor the airflow so the air circulates around. During this time, the beef loses moisture naturally, and the fibres of the meat relax, which leads to good tenderness. And as it loses moisture, the flavour is intensified. So when we cut into that beef and produce steaks, you're going to put them into the pan and they're going to sizzle and they're going to taste absolutely fantastic at the end of the whole process.